All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is April 20th. We got ourselves a Wednesday. We got 3 games on the NBA slate tonight. Last night, you don't want to listen to the shirt. You don't want to listen to the shirt that says fade me, because last night we went 5-0, meaning we're on a 12-1 run, 4-0 in our personal picks, and then our ride of the day came through. We had the teaser of the Heat and Grizzlies. Cash it. We are, I think, 3 or 4 teasers in a row now. Absolutely crushing. I'm loving these playoff teasers because there's only a couple games tonight. Kind of gives us some action on 2 games, but better odds. Then we had Ja Morant's over 7.5 assists. Easy. Bam Adebayo under 9.5 rebounds. If you guys are in the Discord, which you got to join the Discord. My explanation was because Clint Capella's out, this number went way up. 9.5. Are you kidding me? Bam Adebayo finishes way under that. He had a bad game, in my opinion, and probably every basketball fan's opinion. But under 9.5 rebounds, cash. Timberwolves and Grizzlies under 242.5. I mean, to me, that's just such a big number. You might as well take the under. That cashes. And then we had our beautiful ride of the day coming in from Thomas Kingston here, one of the ballers on the channel. You see that logo next to his name. He had Booker over 27.5 points. Booker finishes with 30 plus in the loss to the Pelicans. But nonetheless, we go 5-0 yesterday with our ride of the day included. Today we got 3 games on the slate. You guys know what we do. We go through each and every game. I give you my lean, I give you what I'm thinking, but my final plays will live in the pinned comment. Obviously not at the normal setup, the normal studio with the mic and camera, so this is probably going to sound a little bit different, but we go through each and every game. I give you my lean on the game, give you what I'm thinking, but my final plays will be in the pinned comment, and any added plays, any added player props will be in the Discord in the final plays thread for today. So make sure to join that. The pinned comment will have the link to become a member, the Discord link, and then my final plays added. And actually, we'll throw in the merch link there as well because we got a few Fade Me tees left, a bunch of different adult beverage brands that we put Fade Me on instead of the real name. But shh, do not tell them that. But let's jump right into it, guys. We are racing towards 10,000 subscribers, grinding towards 10,000, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and if you do want to become, or you do want a potential shout out in the next video, make sure to use hashtag ride of the day in the comments and give me a play just like we had Thomas do there. He gave me a play, hashtag ride of the day, and you get a shout out, win or loss, in the next video. But let's jump right into it. We got my Boston Celtics taking on the Nets here. Celtics 3.5 point favorites. The Celtics controlled that entire game in game 1. They just ended up kind of blowing it, and Durant and Kyrie were a little bit too much. I should say Kyrie specifically, which, by the way, Celtics fan, Kyrie's wilding out right now. But back to this game, Celtics minus 3.5 here. The total is 226. When they played last time, the final score was 115-114 with that game winner from Jason. I'm a huge Celtics fan, so take this with a grain of salt. It could be biased, but I don't lean Celtics here again. They did control most of that game. It just came down to the final minutes in the fourth quarter, actually, I would say, the beginning of the fourth quarter too, where they absolutely lost control. I don't know if that type of thing happens again. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a biased Celtics fan, but I think it's a fair number. I think once you get past 1 and 2 on the Nets, I think the Celtics team's a better team. You know, Derek White and Grant Williams didn't have the best nights off the bench there. I think that they'll have better nights moving forward. So I'm going to lean Celtics here minus 3.5. I don't know if this is going to be a final play. I'm not that strongly on this side of it. You know, if someone was like, no, I like what I saw from the Nets, I'm probably going to lean Nets in this one, I don't think I could talk you off of it. So that's coming from a Celtics fan too. So you can see how confident I am, I guess, in my own team that I'm a fan of, because I do like the Celtics minus 3.5 here. But if someone were to come in and say, you know what, hey, I think the Nets 3.5 is a great number, I don't know if I really have the evidence or the pizzazz to push you off the ledge there. So Celtics minus 3.5 is my lean. The total, I like the over here. I think these games are going to be like 115-115 type games. But you know, take that for what it's worth too, because we've been bad at totals. We hit one last night. We hit the under, but that was because it was an absurd number. But I'm going to take Celtics here minus 3.5. Make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if that is a final play. Next up, we have the Raptors hosting the 76ers here. The Sixers have absolutely rolled this series. This game, they are 2-point favorites on the road. They've won 112-97 and 131-111. And I get it. They are not at home. It could change things. But I just don't think that this Raptors team is as good as this Toronto team. Thibault's out for them for Toronto. Gary Trent Jr. is questionable, and Scotty Barnes is doubtful here. I get it. The line probably moved this low because the Sixers are on the road. and they're not at home. They don't have the crowd behind them and everything like that. But I really don't know if that's going to matter too much to me. This Raptors team has not been an incredibly good home team here. Against the spread during the season. They're 21-20. It's not like their home crowd gets them going, especially for looking at against the spread numbers here. In fact, the Sixers had better against the spread numbers, 21-19-1, just barely, but better against the spread numbers when on the road than the Raptors did when at home. So I'm going to lean Sixers in this one too, -2. I think you're getting a good number just because third game of the series. This is the game that the Raptors will win if they're going to win one game in the series based on how dominant the Sixers have been. But I'm still going to go with the Sixers just because, looking at the trends, nothing the Raptors have done have shown that they can compete with how good the Sixers team is and how dominant Joel Embiid can be and everything like that. So I'm going to lean Sixers here -2. I think you're getting a good, really good number. The fact that it's -2 just because they're on the road. All right, guys, before we get into the last game of the night, I'm going to ask you guys to hit that subscribe button. Again, use hashtag Ride of the Day in the comments. Go check out the merch too. The link will be in the description as well as the pinned comment. But yeah, we're grinding towards 10,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough doing these videos in different places, getting them done. We get the laptop today. Sometimes we're on the iPad. Sometimes we're on the desktop with the camera, the mic, the music, everything like that. But we're getting them out when we can. And this is playoff basketball, and we're on an absolute heater right now. 12-1 in the last 3 days, 5-0 last night. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and let me know what you guys are rolling with in the comments down below. But we have the Bucks taking on the Bulls here. Bucks 10-point favorites in this one. The Bulls actually made last game a lot closer than I would have thought. They ended up losing 93-86, but within, I think, a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter, it was a 1-point game. Milwaukee does pull away with it. We were on the right side of it. We had the Bulls plus 10.5 last game and the Bulls in a teaser plus 14.5, which was great. I honestly, weirdly enough, like the Bulls again in this one, just because that number's so big. I think playoff basketball, this Bulls team getting a little bit better, and Bobby Portis is banged up. George Hill is downgraded to out. I think this Bulls team can at least hang with the Bucks. I think it goes similar to last time. They lose by 7, 8, that type of game, but I don't think 10 points or wherever this line gets to, 10.5 points, anything like that, I don't think is too much to ask for a playoff team to hang with another playoff team. This isn't a bad team playing the Bucks. If you look at the last 10 games of the Bulls, or I would even say last 15, 20 games of the Bulls in the regular season, ridiculously hard schedule. Made people forget how good that team actually is or was, and they have fallen off quite a bit. They're not really championship contenders now. I fully expect Milwaukee to win the series, but I don't hate the numbers that the Bulls are getting. So I'm going to lean Bulls here plus 10 in this one, and honestly, that might go into another teaser. We've been on absolute fire with these teasers. Might throw that in another teaser because, if you can get 14 points here, how can a playoff team not keep up with another playoff team like that? I don't know. Maybe that's just too dumb of me to think, but that is what I'm thinking. I'm going to be leaning Bulls here plus 10. I don't know if that truly makes the final play, but in terms of a lean, I don't hate it whatsoever. So that's going to wrap it up for the predictions portion of the video, guys. Again, 5-0 day yesterday, 12-1 run. Let's try and keep that going. One last shout out here to Thomas. Had Booker over 27.5 points. He is a baller. I know the ballers didn't get their shout out in today's video, but that's because we don't have the music or the pop-up or the graphic. But, if you guys do want to show your support on the channel, $2.99 a month. There's going to be a link in the pinned comment for that. You get some exclusive perks that only you guys can use, like some emojis. You get a badge next to your name, and we're going to start bringing video content in to the channel as well from the ballers, like we did with our main man Dennis last couple videos ago. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Again, 3 games from the NBA slate. Hopefully we can roll. Hopefully we can keep this train going. 12-1 in our last 3 days. 5-0 last night. Hopefully we keep it going. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.